rebellion in Virginia, and that shit lasted a whole year. They took over Virginia for a whole motherfucking year. Okay, and after that, okay, so England sends all these troops over and everything, and they take back over the colony of Virginia, and okay, we got it. But after they got it back, what they did was, hey, listen, what we're going to do is we're going to break up the working class. We're going to divide these people, black and white. We're going to give the white people a little something. We ain't giving the black people shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as long as we divide these people and make these people think that they're not one unit, we got it. We got you.
Yeah.
And that's the
And
same
that's when,
thing that's happening right now.
yeah, and that's when Irish, Italian, and all of these other people who was getting treated bad, Jews, that's when all these other people who was getting treated bad became white.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
They all went up under the white moniker. You know what I'm saying? Even Arabs, all of them went up under white. You know what I'm saying? And this us was under black. So they got a little bit of more love than we got. And even to go further back from where the actual name slave came from was when Europeans came over here. They had Siberians, they had Eskimos, they had all these other people that they was slaving, indentured servants, because that's what we gonna use, because chattel slavery, like we went through, is different from any other person's slavery that they claim. And that's the difference when the Irish say, yeah, well, we got treated, yeah, y'all didn't get jobs. We was beat, chained, forced to build shit for 400 years. Y'all just came over here and got shitted on as far as the jobs. Okay, it was hard for y'all to get a job. Y'all can still get on welfare and live. Y'all can still go to try to find a job, and y'all wasn't getting beat up in the streets all like, you know what I mean? Y'all still was owned in bars and owning. This was Irish town, which means everybody who stayed over here was Irish. So y'all was still able to get homes and survive. To whereas us, yeah, it was total different slavery.
Well, if you go back into the history of it all, you know, the word slave, it actually means Slavic.
Yeah, it came from the Slavic.
Yeah. These were European people enslaving themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Slavics, they are in Siberia and Alaska and all up there. Yeah. And that's the people that they're calling Indians right now. You know what I'm saying? And this is the battle that the black Indian and the Siberian Indian having, because all of y'all bloodline goes back to Siberia or Alaska. So how are you indigenous to here? So,
And not even that. Okay, let's run, man. Let's run, because the Moors actually invaded. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, when I say Moors, what I mean is Arabs and African people ran up into Spain. They conquered Spain.
Parker.
And they conquered Spain until like
Europe.
Yeah, and and that's where the term Moor comes from. That's where really I think that a lot of white people and their animus against black people come from when the Moors invaded Spain. Because okay, once we got you guys out, guess what Spain did? Man, we went out and we tried to enslave every fucking black person that we saw.
Exactly. Made a whole trade on it. You know what I'm saying?
They were like, and I don't know if that's a reflection on what the Moors did to the Spanish people. It probably is.
I don't
I ain't
think
gonna lie.
so.
You know, I ain't gonna sit here and sit and say like black people was treating them Spanish people correctly, because the records that I have, the records that I can read right now, the Moorish people are talking about Spanish people like animals. They're like, yo,
Yeah,
man, they don't bathe. They don't
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain
Exactly.
shit.
They're dirty, nasty. They're sleeping with their animals. Exactly. So we came to your area and gave you culture. We raised you up out the slums. So that's why I say, uh, maybe it was a couple motherfuckers died from the takeover. But once we took over, we enlightened.
Right.
After it took over the rest of Europe and enlightened. Everybody we came across, we enlightened them, made them spiritually aware and all of that. But when
And
they
I think
came across us, it wasn't the same.
bro, I think it even goes deeper. Okay, so we just spoke about Spain, right? But like if you dig real deep into Greek history, the original Greek people were black people.
Yeah, you know that.
And so I'm like, man, all this culture, where's this culture coming from? And you
Us.
know that. Go ahead, please go.
Us. Because the Greeks, the famous Greek scholars tell you where they got it from. You know what I'm saying? It's all in their writings. And this is the part of the writings that your government or they don't tell you about. They tell you about they created this and invented that. But in their writings, it tell you where they learned it from. They learned it in Kemet. They learned it at Waset. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, that's correct. No, that's correct. Hey,
and
hey, hey, so my girl told me I can't. She wouldn't let me drink before I got on this podcast, and so now I can drink because we are on the pot. But yeah, that's correct. Like all of the ancient Greek scholars, they went to school in Africa. They called it Kemet back then. You know, and I don't know if that's really where I wanted to make a connection in this podcast. But what you made the connection, and that's true. Everything you just said is true. Um, but there was a time when there were no white people on this planet.
yeah, going back now, I love
I
it.
mean, like as far as I can tell, right now, correct me if I'm wrong, but white people have no history after 2,500 years.
Yeah.
Like, where are you?
Genetically, I give them 4,000. Sometimes I give them seven, just to give them enough, just to give them more, so they can understand that you're a baby when it comes to this planet. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, genetically, they don't go back too far, and we go back millions of years.
And since we were talking about Greek people, the Greek people also said about the black people that they studied under and Kemet. This is what they you people are blessed by the sun. You guys are old people under the sun. That's literally what the Greeks said about the black people. They say you guys have been around for a long time. You guys are kissed by the sun. You guys are old men.
Called us beautiful and all of that.
Right.
Wasn't no racism. It wasn't hating over black skin. You
They were learning from us. And
know
and
what I'm saying?
and we were welcoming them and we were teaching them. You
Mm.
know what I mean? And I don't know at this point in time, I do know that that was a fault. Like we shouldn't have did that.
That's who we are. Like it's who we are to this day. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, did you watch that internet video of the guy driving past the black lady and flipping her off and then crashing half a block later? Did you watch
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Did
then
you see
asking
that?
her for help.
Yeah, see, she still walked down the street after she got flipped off and said, "Do you need some help?" That's just how we are, bro. We trying to teach and trying to raise people's spirituality up, and so they can use more of their brain. And but it's up to that's that freedom of choice thing. It's up to that person. You know what I'm saying? To take it and receive it and do the right thing with it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Somewhere down the line, it got twisted And yeah,
Well,
it
let
was
me ask you
15
this:
different things.
do you think that it got twisted so much that it's actually detrimental to black people now? Like I kind of I listen to the shit that the Trump supporters are talking about and white supremacists are talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and it just gets to a point. I'm like, yo, man, like, yeah, you want to wipe us out? Maybe you got the power right now to do it too, but like, we birthed you, we taught you, we helped you get here, and that's ironic to me because I'm like, damn, man, like we helped these people, and now they want to kill us. They want to kill us. They want to kill us off. If you've never seen it before, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you how you can see it in a microcosm. I have white friends, and they have children, and their children, 4 or 5 years old, their children cuss them the fuck out. I'm like, yo, man, in my house, we don't allow children to do shit like that.
Mm-hmm. We got
We don't
BTA.
allow our children to cuss us out and treat us like shit.
We got BTA, belt to ass, nigga.
Right. But on a macro level, I'm talking about world culturalization, and I'm just talking about the world. Like these white people showed up 2,005 years ago, 2,500 years ago. But it's like they're cussing out their parents, and their parents are us, the black people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the analogy. That's what I mean. And to me, they don't want us all gone because they can't have us all gone. They still need us to stay alive because the
To
planet
survive.
is killing them.
Right.
They need us. By now, they didn't did enough genetics. They know who we are and what we are. They know they need to breed into us to live. The planet don't like them, nigga. The planet kills them naturally.
As well. It's
I
just
bet
like
you we can go to Israel right now and look up they motherfucking cancer. Uh, uh, See how many motherfuckers got cancer. I bet you half the country got cancer. Because them Europeans can't take sun. And that's how you know they don't belong there. They came from Europe.
and it's kind of the same thing like what I was talking about, like, when you watch a little white kid cuss out his parents and shit, and you're like, hey, man, you can't live without your parents, but you're cussing them out anyway.
Mm-hmm. You gonna need them
Same
eventually.
shit.
Same shit. You gonna need them eventually. You need us to breathe, bro.
But you're
You
cussing me
need us
out.
to breathe. I mean, you got other avenues. You can go over there to the Arab. They got dark. Some of them got dark skin. You can go to the Chinese. Some of them got dark skin. You can get a little melanin from them, but it might not come out like that because their genetics ain't as strong as ours.
Well, racism runs deep, man. And like, okay, so like the Greeks and the Italians already have some black blood running up in them,
Yeah,
and
got
and
some
that's why
Moorish
they're not
blood.
accepted for by the other Europeans because they're like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, man, we already know y'all been mixing, y'all been down there with them Africans coming up from
Yeah,
northern Africa and all that.
mixing
So
in.
yeah, it's racism even between white people. And as a
Mm-hmm.
matter of fact, let me tell you something. I learned racism from white people. From white people, the way they distinguish themselves between themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's Jewish, so we don't mess with that. Well, damn, man, like all you guys just kind of look white to me. But now, you know what I mean. Within
Mm-hmm.
the white hood, hey, okay, now there's different. Well, she's Jewish, or she's German, or he is
Russian or
British. Yeah, right. I'm like, yo, man, like you guys all kind of look white to me. And then they turn that shit around and they say, you know what about black people? Tribalism.
Mhm.
You got the tribes. When we went to Africa, we found tribes. When I look at Europe and I look at you guys, all I see is tribes. I learned racism from white people.
Mhm.
Ain't nobody black told me no shit like that, man.
We
Ain't
learned the
nobody black
distinction
told
from
me.
them. We learned the distinction from them. It's like when we see Asians, be like, "Oh, this motherfucker Chinese," and the Asian be looking at it, be like, "Nigga, I'm Filipino." Well, y'all all look alike to me. That's
Exactly.
how white folks is. Like, "Oh, you from Europe? You a cracker? You from Europe?" Yeah, I'm from Ireland. I'm Irish. I'm not white. Like, hold on, bro. You're white. No, I'm Irish. I'm
Right.
Italian. I'm not white. I'm Italian. Like, oh, okay.
And no,
Black
and
people must
they'll die
be,
on that shit. They will
yeah,
die
white
on
people
that shit.
must be strictly European to white people. You know what I'm saying? To other white people. But that goes to show you they claim, everybody claim their nation, or they, you know what I'm saying? We European, we claim in our continent, we claim in our area, our land.
And that was the next question I was about to ask you. So between the Europeans, who 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 is the best one between you guys? I'm talking about white people. I'm talking
Who's the
about
best?
Europeans. Like
Who's the best
who's
white
supposed to
people?
be on top of that? Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. I think
Is
the
it the
Jews.
English, the French?
I
I mean,
think
like
it's
who's
the
supposed to be
Jews.
on top?
I think it's the Jews. 'Cause the Jews are from Europe. The Jews are from Europe. They're not from Africa. The Jews, all the take one of them motherfuckers to get their bloodline checked. I
Well,
bet you it's some European shit.
I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the original Jewish, the Hebrew Israelites that we're reading about in the Bible, I believe all those people were black. And
Okay,
so these people who claim to be Jewish right now, I don't know who the fuck they are because they are European.
they from Europe.
Yeah.
Zarians and some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They from Europe. Uh, your homegirl did a nice little. She did a nice little spiel on them about 2, 3 episodes.
Who?
Candace,
Oh,
she did a
Candace
nice
Owens.
2, 3 episodes on them cats and where they come from. It was very interesting. I was like, oh, she tell it. She ain't scared no more. But yeah, they come from Europe, homie. I mean, where was they at when Hitler was killing their ass?
Europe.
Exactly. That's where the motherfuckers is from. United States gave them a piece of land.
What I
And you
try to
know
think
what's crazy
about,
about that? They offered them several pieces of land in several other places, one of them being Venezuela,
mhm,
and they
and
turned it
Africa,
down.
and Africa.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, uh, this is what I want to go to because we were just talking about Spain and the Moors in Spain and how the Moors conquered Spain, how the Moors were a collection of Arabs and African people from North Africa.
Mm-hmm.
But also, what happened when the Moors and Arabs, or whatever you want to call it, conquered Spain, when Spain actually gained its independence from them, do you know what happened? They didn't just kick out all the black people, they kicked the Jews out too. That's how closely connected Jewish people were to black people.
Mm-hmm.
No longer so today, but if you read in history, every time any European country kicked out some people, blacks and Jews together. All y'all got to go. And man, you can look that shit up in Spain. I can tell you the Queen, King Fernando and his wife. But literally, when they got in power and they took Spain back from the black people, they said, not only do all the Moors gotta leave, but you Jewish people gotta go too. Because you guys was tight with these motherfuckers.
Because you motherfuckers look alike. I can't tell the difference. That's what it was. Motherfuckers look alike. I can't tell the difference. Then all of a sudden, black Israelites that lived in Africa turned into crackers from motherfucking Germany and Russia and shit. You're like, what? How did this happen?
Yeah.
How did this happen all of a sudden?
Man,
But
okay, so now you got me on some shit where I'm gonna say something that's very what would be considered racist.
say
But
it.
it's the truth. Okay, so in history, what I looked at with the Jewish people is okay, when black people were in power, you was tight with the black people. And now modern day today, black people are not in power. And you don't rock with black people. You rock with who is in power, right? And I just have I'm saying that purposefully in a way where can't nobody say I'm anti-Semitic or nothing like that.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is, in history, the Jewish people was always down with the black people as long as the black people was in charge. And now in modern day times, they don't rock with you.
They're in charge and they running plays through our culture. That's what they using the black people for. They running plays through our culture. We have took over culture. Like they take our words and use it. You know what I'm saying? They take our style, they take our like cars. Let's just go there real quick. Cars used to come with 13-inch wheels until our culture started fixing up these old cars to make them look brand new and putting big wheels on them now. Nowadays, every car coming off the lot with them same big wheels that we was going to buy for ours. See, that's a culture snatch. They looked at our culture and said, "Oh, big wheels. We'll sell them now with the big wheels on to get more money." They rape us for everything, huh? And they pushed agenda through our culture while simultaneously making money off of us and locking us up and making more money off of us.
Let me ask you this: what's wrong with us, man? How come yeah, how come a lot of black people don't think like you and I do? How come a lot of us how come us as a people fall susceptible to this shit?
Because they pick and choose right. Once the bread get involved, it ain't no more us. It's me. And then once the bread get involved, you got a boss. Whoever giving you that money, you got to do what he said, or that money won't come no more. You know what I mean? You done already burned through a lot of money now that you famous. You want to keep this lifestyle, don't you? Shut the fuck up and do this. Have parties with plenty of baby oil and coax motherfuckers back into this back room so we can make bad deals and get more money off of your people. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think happens. They pick a chosen few people and they lead our culture through these people. We learn to love these people for the next 10, 20 years. We support these people for the next 20, 30 years. And then soon as those people they got enough money to get in pocket and try to help somebody or say something about something that's going on, they snatch the money, put you in jail. You a rapist or something.
Yeah,
You fuck
they
little
might snatch
kids.
they might snatch the life too.
But
I mean, they might just
it's
take
not a
your life.
coincidence that most of our, black leaders, if they wasn't gunned down, they behind bars for shit that we don't do, like child molestation. Fucking kids. Something like pedophilia or some shit like that. They got a lot of hard people like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who was dropping knowledge from just Bluetooth internet connected people to Marcus Garvey. You know what I'm saying? From Marcus Garvey back in the days to every average internet dude right now. You know what I'm saying? People who've been dropping knowledge and get you, bro. That's one of the reasons why I didn't get behind this camera. Because, but
Well,
in the early days, we was our voices was way stronger and way bolder. We'd say some shit that don't supposed to be said and have motherfuckers on our back, on our heels.
um,
Now, those who don't know, we can drop some knowledge, and those who know what we talking about. And if they need explanation, they can just add it to the comments and ask us to explain. We like breaking down history and knowledge. Bluetooth disconnected.
okay, I like what you just said right there, and I have to say this for my program from Clip Chat Fits. I have to say that for the program, so it'll make a clip later on. But
Mm-hmm.
what I want to talk about is exactly what you just said. I think that Bob Marley, he used to speak about just everybody loving each other, right? And if you think about that, if you just think about the message that Bob Marley was preaching, if everybody in the planet
Bluetooth
loved each
connected.
other, including the white people, if everybody was just one love, everybody we gonna do this, it's all good. White people will become extinct because if they interbreed with black people, their children are gonna be brown.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be black. So
Bluetooth disconnected.
if you totally just love, if human beings were to just love each other and be peaceful and all that bullshit, white people will become extinct. And I think that's the reason why they don't want love and free peace and shit, because they already know, like, yo, man, every time I fuck a black woman, the kid comes out brown.
They dying out. Their
Right.
genetics is not strong. How long they been here? Their genetics is not
2000.
strong. Our genetics been under this sun Bluetooth for connected. Millions of years, bro. So ain't nothing you can do to stop us from coming back. You look at Africa, look how young them dudes is out there. The average person in Africa is like 25 years old. The people is kids, bro. Once they get the brain to take over their shit, like some of them is doing, they gonna be a powerhouse. I mean, and that genetic line is slowly disappearing, bro. And then when you factor in that they know that they need to breed with something brown, with something with melanin, hey, come on, bro. We the best thing going. You can try to get a little melanin from a Mexican or from a Chinese or from a Arab. We the best thing going. You got that pure. You know what I'm saying? We connected to the sun, to the stars, directly to the planet. We ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? They
No,
already done sucking us.
I believe you're correct. I mean, like, and I think it's universal knowledge right now. Like, people are trying to pretend like they don't know, but everybody knows. And you're right. You can't get it. You can get a little bit from an Asian person or somebody who's slightly off white, but you can't get the real deal
Yeah. The
except from
thing
white.
is, ours is dominant. You go get it from an Asian, it ain't dominant like that. So your white genes might dominate that Asian gene. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna dominate this motherfucking African gene. You're not gonna dominate it. You know what I'm saying? They might come out light skinned, but the genetics is you're gonna clearly see that that's a black man through the light skin.
Clip this chat.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have to say that shit a few times, but go ahead. Yeah, no, I that's real. That's real. But at the same time, can you blame them? Can you blame white people for wanting to like? If I was white, I would want to preserve some whiteness too.
I mean, I don't really. Me, my bloodline was dying. Give a fuck about the whiteness. I give a fuck about living. So if I gotta breathe into this over here to keep my bloodline and my money going, that's what I'm gonna do. That's how I see it. Because I'm black. I'm not a racist cracker. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. And so what I'm
So
trying
choose
to
the
say, what I'm trying to say is I'm inviting you